What is up, everybody? Welcome on into Alarm Fantasy Football. Here we are, Andrew Cooper, Howard Bender, and today is the day. Thursday, which means we got football tonight, which means we are ready and willing to answer start-sit questions for you guys. I went through, ranked every player at every position for PPR, half PPR, standard. That's up at fantasyalarm.com. But today's the day to get your questions in, get the nuances of your league in. Let us know half PPR, full PPR. Let us know the full names of these players. You know what I mean? There's a lot of guys out there named Williams and Jones and Hunter and Johnson and there's Jay Williamses and there's T-Mac. There's all sorts of T-Macs out there now, apparently.
All right, should I start T-Mac or Jay Williams in my flex? Who should I do?
T-Mac. Yeah, exactly. Hunter, T-Mac, or Jay Williams or Warren. There's multiple Warrens now. So get it going, get it live, get it popping. We're also, as we like to do on here, going to start off with a quick drafters draft. So let's get that puppy pulled up. Should be kicking off right now. Got some new folks in here. Word of Champs, who has not done one of these with us. We got Hal in here, Working Grind, who's drafted with us. Again, I don't think he's drafted with us on here. And then I don't think Daz has either. So we're doing a little 8-man here with some new cats. If you want to get in and get going with us, go to fantasyalarm.com/draftersbb or hit that QR code that is currently over Mr. Bender's face right now. Use promo code ALARM100. That'll not only get you in, but it'll get you into a drawing for a full month of the All-Pro membership at Fantasy Alarm. Someone's going to win it, and your odds are pretty good, let me tell you. So get in there, get set up. Bender, first pick, man. What are you thinking?
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of, decisions. Where do I go? You know what? I think I'm just gonna make sure that I get a little taste of tonight's action in there, and just do JSN just to start. I mean, has there been a more efficient, consistent wide receiver so far than JSN? I think not.
He's been awesome, man. And in this format, you can start, since I set it up myself to include all the matchups, you can start anybody from tonight's game all the way through both Monday games. We got crazy slate this week. We got a regular Thursday game. We have a game in Ireland, which what time Alaska time is that game?
5:30 kickoff. 5:30 a.m. kickoff for me.
That's not the end of the world.
Because I mean, listen, you and I are on the air anyway at 6 a.m. Sunday my time anyway. So, whatever. I'm already up, like working on the example lineups and getting everybody set and squared away. So now I actually get football in the background for me, which probably distracts me a little bit more than it should. But nevertheless, I'm into it.
It is fun to have that game going while we do the show because, out of the corner of our eyes or Wagner can kind of pop in and be like, hey, touchdown. You know what I mean? Have one game live is kind of fun. Also, 2 Monday night games, since they like to do that every once in a while. So should be pretty fun. Shout out to people drafting with us. Also, shout out to the chat. Look at that. Let me see. Why can't I get it up here on the screen? Helium got a membership for us. I know it doesn't show up on YouTube, but in the YouTube chat, it's got the yin and yang tight end symbols going there. So I love that. Bender, yours is the fish symbol, right? Let's get some fish. Let's get some fishes in the chat from the actual members of our YouTube channel. We love to see that. Jonathan Taylor. I almost took Jonathan Taylor there and immediately kind of regretted taking Amon-Ra St. Brown. He is, to me, clearly a top 3 wide receiver along with JSN and Puka Nacua, but Jonathan Taylor's been so good.
So consistent, so strong. Absolutely. For those who aren't aware of like the new emojis and the new whatever, what we have here is we have a YouTube membership. And if you look over there in the, like in the bottom left-hand side of the screen where, you get the title where it says Week 4 NFL matchups and fantasy football start sit advice. Where it says that, you'll see a little button that says join. And what happens is that you join and you get membership to the Fantasy Alarm YouTube page. It's $4.99 a month, but what that does is not only does it unlock all the new emojis and the different badges and stuff like that, it also bumps every single one of your start sit questions to the front of the line. So here on a Thursday night with John Impemba and Iggy Gilbert, Sunday morning with Coop and John Impemba as well. Like that is, if you want your questions answered immediately, that's what you do. So just click that join button and you won't be sorry. I promise you, you won't be sorry. Now I got to make a pick. Where am I going here?
Big shout out to Helium. Big shout out to Hope. High Hope 77 in there. Big shout out to Rob Fossil. I know he's got a membership. Crockett Martin. We really appreciate you guys. Every bit of support, and also, let you cut the line, which is it's like buying the fast pass basically at Disney or a place like that. It's like you want your questions answered, you get in, get them up, we'll answer them all and get you squared away. We're still going to answer the rest of them too. After we do this draft, we're going to go through and hit the chat. Just put your question in there once. We'll see it. So we go in order and we pop through. So Rod, we see your question. Hope, Two Socks. We see what you guys got going on there, and we're definitely going to hit them as best we can. So we'll get you guys all set and squared away. Who would you go there, Bennett? Jordan Mason, man. He looked good this past week. He runs hard. He runs hard. That's why they brought him in, right?
I mean, he looks good. He runs hard. I did a little bit of research into Croke Park, which is where they're playing in Ireland on Sunday. And this is a place where they run the Gaelic games. They have all sorts of soccer matches there. The turf is custom designed and custom grown. There's a specific place in Ireland that only focuses on this turf, and it's a hybrid of different kinds. But what it's most important about it is that it's sturdy, and the traction that you get when you're running with spikes on is going to just make it a faster game. So, one of the problems that you have when you're talking about games in like Mexico City or games in Brazil, the turf was just being ripped up all the time because of the way the football is played. Over here in Ireland, this is the third largest stadium in all of Europe. And with the amount of games and the different style of games that they play there, they really want to make sure that turf is absolutely secure. So, you know what? Jordan Mason running on that behind that offensive line against a Pittsburgh team that they rush the passer well. They don't stop the run very well. I figure I'll lock that down.
I love that, dude. That's that deep cut research, man. You're in there, bro. It's not like peat moss out there, right? I know that's
it's like potting soil just thrown across the way,
all willy-nilly.
Right. Somebody's burying like magic beans in there, hoping something's gonna grow out of it. It doesn't happen like that. No.
I'm going with it. The hype pick, Cam Scatterbo, exciting backflip.
There he is.
Knucklehead. Did you see the interview with Brian Daboll the other day? His press conference.
I did not. I was too busy researching the turf at Croke Park.
doing the dirty work, dude. Doing the dirty work. Brian Daboll is sitting there at this press conference, and he's in the middle of talking. All of a sudden, he just stops dead. And the reporter's like, "What's the matter?" And he goes, "I just saw Scatterbo out of the corner of my eye, just being ridiculous." And next thing you know, from like down the hallway, you just hear "woo," and he's like, and they're like, "Is he always like that?" And he's like, "Always." And then you hear an even louder "woo." Like Scatterbo is just he's such a bro, man, such a bro. So I'm loading my team up with the bros this week. I'm a Ross St. Brown.
Man. Why wouldn't you? You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't you?
Boys back. The boys are back.
Where am I going here? I tell you, I don't know where I'm going to go here. At least I know I can go wide receiver because work and grind is definitely not taking another wide out right now. Unless maybe they are. Well, All right. So I need receivers here. I need receivers, and I need receivers who are in soft matchups. So number one soft matchup that I'm actually looking at, and I actually wrote about this, or I did a video, right? And it was Ricky Pearsall. I get that he's questionable. I get that he was limited in practice the other day. I'm not worried about a limited in practice on a Wednesday. No. Not one bit. So I'm going to lock him in there. And then you know what? How about a little Cortland Sutton going up against the Cincinnati Bengals on Monday Night Football? See, I start early tonight, and then I don't wrap up until the late Monday night doubleheader game. So y'all are going to have to just wait and watch me climb over all of you.
The old late night hammer. The old late hammer. The late weekend hammer move.
The late game hammer is always good, man. It's always good to have a piece of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, okay. I got to get some wide receivers going. You know what? What if this guy is just really good? What if this guy is just fine with the and Jake Browning is that serviceable. You never quite know. Fifth
The
round,
overreactions are crazy, aren't they?
fifth
They're
round,
crazy.
fifth round. I'll do it there. That's where I'll do it. That's where I'm going.
I don't mind that at all. I think that is a perfectly fine play. I think it's definitely a fine play.
I really like Hal's team so far, working grind. I was thinking about taking Tyler Warren with my Scatabo pick, and I love Trey Benson, man. I think Trey Benson he's a guy I have in a lot of spots. Probably my fourth most rostered running back across all platforms, best ball, everything else. And he's going to get the opportunity now. So I love that pick. That if you're going to take your first running back that deep, at least you're getting a guy that's getting the full workload, So we'll see what it looks like tonight. Seahawks defense been kind of tough, but I think he's going to get a lot of looks this evening.
Well, that's the interesting thing is I was kind of looking through it, doing some prop bets and things like that, which I've posted, right? We've got I posted some over on my Twitter handle there at Rotobuzz Guy. You can check out. We have a Reddit room, which I guess I should probably just put this in there for the chat for all of our peoples so that they can just check it out. We've got a Reddit room with like all of our promo codes and stuff like that. So you guys can go check that out. We always I do, Impemba does, Tristan does, we just post our picks in there. So I did picks for Underdog for tonight. I did picks for rtsports.com. So as I was kind of going through that and just kind of, looking at that situation, and it's very interesting. One of the things that I kind of, thought about, me, man, I'm all Kenneth Walker. But I'm kind of Zach Charbonnet-ing it tonight in a random sort of a way. Not that I'm going to grab Charbonnet here in this one, but the funny thing is that if you look at the yardage and the stuff that's been given up the most by Arizona through the first, and Arizona's run defense has been rock solid. That's the other thing also is that Arizona's given up fewer than 80 rushing yards per game. They've only allowed one rushing touchdown. Seattle's given up 90 rushing yards per game. They have yet to give up a rushing touchdown. So, we kind of look at it in that vein and in that realm. But when I'm also kind of, eyeballing it here is, who's more effective against Arizona? Is it the inside run? Is it the outside run? And so far they've been kind of vulnerable to the inside zone run, which kind of features it favors Charbonnet a little bit more actually than it does Kenneth Walker. So he had a full workload on Sunday. Sharbs didn't play at all, and he's put in full practices on Tuesday and Wednesday. So it's just something that kind of mull over there.
Yeah, they've listed him as questionable, but he's going to go. It seems like the Seahawks, what they do is they list you as questionable if you're playing and doubtful if you're out. Like last week, they had 4 guys listed as doubtful. Nobody is out. All 4 of those guys missed the game. So I expect somebody else is listed doubtful tonight. I don't expect them to play. On the Cardinals defense, I will say they finally got a chance to build the defense. They used all 5 of their first 5 picks in the draft on the defense. And we actually haven't even seen their first round pick yet. Walter Nolan started the season on the PUP list with a calf. So that defense could actually be pretty serious come the stretch here. If Kyler Murray can put it together, maybe the Cardinals actually can finally get over the hump and make the playoffs. They've been one of those middle of the pack 8-9, 9-8 teams for so long. I feel like maybe this is their year. Hamburglar with the Hunter Henry pick. Tilting. I gotta take my guy. I figured I'd just wait and take whoever's left. But
I went with 2 of your least favorite tight ends. I double tight ended it here.
Double tight. Well, I actually like Ferguson this week because no CeeDee Lamb. Ferguson also quietly leads the league in receptions versus man-to-man. So he has no touchdowns so far. He came close on that hospital ball in the Eagles game. But receptions versus man-to-man are one of the key stats in for touchdowns, right? I posted some stats today on Twitter that last year and through this year, 75% or more of the receptions for tight ends come against zone, but 50% or more last year, 59% of the touchdowns came versus man because you go lock down, cover 0, cover 1 down in that range. So I think Ferguson, not only is he going to be a target machine, but I think the touchdowns are coming for him. I think he's going to have some touchdowns soon. The one thing he never really gives you is yards, but targets and touchdowns in a full PPR format, I think that's going to be just fine this week.
Right on. Right on.
And Kelsey, I have Kelsey in my DFS article this week. I do.
Oh,
Yes, I do. Pulled some numbers on that.
do
I
you?
do. In these matchups, the Ravens versus Chiefs ones, Mark Andrews has actually been pretty not good. And I mean, we're talking like he only has one game with 5 catches. Every other game has been 2, 3, pretty rough. Oh no, the Drake May pick. We're the champs. Come on, dude.
It's always the peril with drafting with these guys. Always the peril.
You know what I have to do now? My hand has been forced. I have no choice.
Uh-oh.
But to take the hottest quarterback in all of football.
Hottest QB in football.
Daniel Jones. I just picked Daniel Jones over Patrick Mahomes. What world are we living in? Let's go.
All right. Well, it comes down to me and Work and Grind to decide on quarterbacks. Let's see where Work and Grind goes and what's he going to leave me.
Hal, let him do it. Come on. Come on.
I have so many options. I've got options for correlation for sure. Justin Fields. Hal. What are you doing there to yourself? Forget about me. What are you doing to yourself there? I'll just take Patrick
Mahomes. Yeah.
I'll pair him up there. Yeah. I was gonna. The other one was Bo Nix to pair him up with Cortland Sutton as well.
Yeah, you had options.
Either way.
So there it is, folks. Let's see who wins this week. No Sigma Chi in this one, so we all have a chance. But yeah, I love drafting on drafters. We'll definitely mix in a few more of these. The chat wants to do one at 8 o'clock one of these weeks, Bender. So I think I'm gonna set that up.
8 o'clock at night?
Yeah, they want to do a quick one at 8 because I accidentally said 8 today instead of 1, and like 5 people that had never drafted with us were like, finally, 1 at night. So I'm gonna set one up. I'm gonna get one set up for us so we can draft.
Dude, I'll do one tonight right after the show, for crying out loud. I'll do one Friday night at 8 o'clock if they want. I just want new people in there.
Right. They take
no offense, Hamburglar, Icy through you, and Hal and all the guys, right? Fatty McFats. We need some new blood. We want some new people in here to just kind of, spice it up a little bit.
Yeah. So, okay, if you want to play with us, go to fantasyalarm.com/draftersbb or hit the promo code that is going to be over Howard's face very shortly.
And you can
get set up. Boom. And you can get set up, get drafting with us. Promo code ALARM100 gets you in. They match 100% of your deposit up to $100. And also, you get entered into a shot at getting a free month of the All Pro, which we're running right now. So definitely get in, get that going. Let's jump in the chat and get started on some start sits, because I know that's a lot of people, a lot of folks enjoy the draft in the beginning. I know a lot of people from the chat are in the draft itself, like Icy and Hamburger, but we got to get these questions going today. First question here from Ethan. PPR, 2 RB, 2 flex. Swift, Walker, Benson, Judkins, Tillman, Pittman, Kirk. Okay, so let's start with the 2 running backs, Bender. Anybody that's like guaranteed locked in for you?
I mean,
not really.
Go with like Swift and Benson.
Yeah. I mean, go with the locked in snap shares there.
The only reason I'm not locking down, I mean, Walker's going to be in there because you need 2 flexes, right?
Why am I so tempted to just start all 4 of the running backs?
All 4 of the running backs?
I don't want to. Pittman's the only one I'd consider over Judkins.
Listen, I think all 4 running backs are great here, and Pittman. Now the question is Tillman or Kirk? Do you want safety?
He only needs 4 total.
Oh, it's only 4 total.
4 total. He doesn't have to start a wide receiver.
Oh. All right. Well, then there you go. Swift, Walker, Benson, and Judkins just running back it up.
Yeah. If Alec Pierce is out with the concussion, I might just go Pittman over Judkins. But, I mean, those 4 running backs are awesome. Great job with that team, Ethan. We got a yes or no question here. Rare yes or no. Fields, yes or no.
I mean, I don't know what's going on with him right now. I know he hasn't cleared concussion protocol yet, has he?
So the first week they came out and said, if he's not ready, we're just going to rule him out. Like they're like, if he's not practicing, we're not going to use him. So if he's not practicing again, if he didn't practice yesterday, I wouldn't be surprised if they just plan to not use him. It seems like their policy is like people need to play if we're going to play them. So I don't know. He might not play. And if he is playing, maybe he'll be a little hesitant. I know the concussion protocol, you're supposed to be fully cleared, but we've seen a lot of guys that very clearly they should not have been back out there, like Tua, for instance. So I don't know. I'd probably hold off a week, Greg, if you have any other option. .5 PPR, start 2. Brees Hall, DJ Moore, Troy Franklin, Nick Chubb, Chris Olave, Christian Kirk.
Start 2. Hall, Moore, Franklin, Chubb, Olave, and Kirk. Oh, I mean, Hall is going to be a lock for me here out of this crew, right?
You know, the NFL target leader is in that group, Bender.
Is Olave the target leader right now?
Yeah, dude. Just
I mean, listen,
targets, dude.
There's nothing wrong with, like, okay, if you're gonna go for it, go for it. If you've got him on your team, you might as well, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's just expect that at some point you're gonna get a hospital ball thrown up there, and he's done.
Mm-hmm.
But if he's leading in targets right now, and it's a situation where they're just gonna keep throwing it over and over again to him, then you just have to take that volume.
It's the Bills, and they are 15.5-point dogs. So they're going to be throwing. So I'm going there. Let's just double check Moore's matchup. The Bears have the Raiders, 48-point over under. Wait, maybe DJ Moore actually. Go Hall and Moore. Dynasty trade question: give up Henry and get Godwin and Walker. I have a team that can win now. I feel like trading Henry. You're going to be trading Henry to another win now team. What do you think, Bender?
Give up Henry, get Godwin and Walker. I mean, listen, this is in Dynasty. I think, whatever, it's fine if you can win now, and Godwin is going to be Godwin's going to slot into your starting lineup. I'd be fine using Walker in there on a regular basis there. I mean, Derrick Henry, this is such a reaction to the fumbling right now. It's such a bad reaction to it.
Dude, Kenneth, I would do the trade. It's crazy. Kenneth Walker, I don't know, maybe it's because he's got the shaved head, but he looks older than he is. He's 24 years old. He turns 25 next month. Like, Kenneth Walker could be good in your dynasty league for another 5 years. So I'm going Walker. I like that move. The Joker or Pitts.
I'm
going
Pitts. This is an annoying one, right?
If Njoku he was limited with the toe, but last week he was limited with the toe. He ran 42 of 45 or 43 of 45 routes last week. Kyle Pitts is second in route participation behind only Trey McBride this year. So they're letting him, he's playing. He's an every down player. I like Pitts.
He's playing, but he's not doing anything with it. I mean, I would take that shot here because it's going up against Washington, and we've seen Washington struggle against the tight end, but I mean, he's still kind of underutilized, and we also know that Michael Penix has just been an absolute hot mess.
It was bad last week. It can't be as bad as it was last week. It can't be. Vegas doesn't think it will be. Vegas has a 1-point spread on that game. Can't be that bad. Start sit. QB, Baker or Goff? Okay. I'm going Goff this week, actually, because the Browns are a run. Baker is down a ton of weapons, and the Browns are a pass funnel team. So I think I would go Goff there. Wide receiver, two wide receiver slots. Any objection to that, Ben?
No objection to Goff over Baker.
Okay. Wide receivers, 2 slots. McConkey, London, Flowers, Sutton.
McConkey, London, Flowers, Sutton. All right, so Sutton, I'm definitely locking in Sutton going up against Cincinnati.
Yeah. It's half PPR. I think you can sit McConkey in that.
I think you could sit McConkey in that also. I'd probably go with Flowers and Sutton here.
Yep, me too.
I like London, but it's a tough, it's just a tough road to, travel down given the issues that they're having.
Yeah. You're going to start Derrick Henry, so it's going to be either Chase Brown or Dobbins. I kind of like Dobbins, man.
I like Dobbins too, going up against again, Cincinnati's run defense. Cincinnati's defense in general is not good.
I was doing my weekly rankings this week, and what I do is I kind of treat it like start sits, and I look everything up, and I drag guys over from my column on the right to the column on the left as I kind of like them. And dude, I was shocked at how long Chase Brown stayed in the right column, because it's just I kept going through and being like, yeah, I'd start this guy over him right now. That line is terrible. The quarterback looked awful. So yeah. And then 2 flex, Pittman, Egbuka, Addison, Shakir. First 2, right? Pittman, Egbuka?
Yeah, Pittman and Egbuka for sure.
Yeah. Any bets for the Ryder Cup? Our guy Jacob Perry has all your coverage on that. The Ryder Cup is a very interesting matchup. It's kind of weird for DFS because it's like the matchups are kind of crazy. But I'll tell you this: Jacob Perry, he loves leaning into, which I love. He loves leaning into the rivalries and the friendships for this one vendor, right? So
Okay.
you've got guys like they pair up guys that are friends, and he's basically like, okay, like I'll give you one example. I don't want to give you all his information. It's for members and stuff. So make sure you're signed up at Fantasy Alarm and you go check out his stuff. But he says that Rory and Shane Lowry are like best friends. And Shane Lowry, I guess, like, he plays better in these environments where he's like paired up with people that like he likes, and because he's a hothead and stuff. So Shane Lowry's a play that we kind of like. So definitely check out a week for it. Ryder Cup is a lot of fun, Mike. So definitely check out our full coverage on that. It's all covered, everything, bets, DFS, everything. Hunter Henry or Juwan Johnson? Rod asking the tough question.
I feel like he asked this question yesterday. Also,
you and I disagreed on that.
But yeah.
I'm leaning into Juwan. So, okay, the big thing with Juwan is that Matt Milano, whether he plays or not, I reached out to my guy Greg from Cover One, it's a Bills podcast, and he does not think Matt Milano is going to play. So as of right now, I have Juwan ahead. If Matt Milano does play, that would actually change my opinion. I'd go Hunter Henry because that guy is like just so annoying for tight ends. But when he's out, it's not even a bad matchup for tight ends at all. Make sense? You with that?
Yeah, it definitely makes sense. It definitely makes sense. I mean, again, it's also, you're also talking about floor versus ceiling. I mean, I get that you've seen all of these targets go to Juwan Johnson, and they've been great, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the production that he's given you with those targets, though? That's the other thing. I think he had one game where he was like 12 points was his like ceiling, and then his other two games are definitely less than 7 points, I believe.
Well, you know that I love Hunter Henry, big fan. But the problem you run into with Henry is kind of twofold. One, they do ask him to pass block a ton. Every game so far, he's been over 10%. 2 of the games over 15. The other is that in the 2 games they lost, where they threw 37 and 43 times, he was great. In the game they won, where they only threw 23 times, he did nothing. 1 catch on 3 targets. They were 5.5 point favorites at home versus the Panthers. So that's my concern, is that you were just run on. I'm worried they just run on the Panthers.
Okay, I mean that definitely makes sense.
So it's like I have those guys back to back in my rankings. That's how crazy this game is. But I have those 2 guys in the league, and I'm starting Juwan. Benson, Etienne, Judkins, Pickens, 2 of those guys.
I mean, I got to go with I'll go with Benson, and I'll go with Pickens.
Yeah,
Pickens is starting to get a little bit more of a role there. Pickens is now the alpha receiver in Dallas, going up against Green Bay. I think that they're going to have to chuck the football a bunch to him. And you know what I mean? You might as well take Benson for a spin, because I think that there's going to be more back and forth between Seattle, Arizona tonight, as opposed to hoping that Cleveland stays, current with Detroit. Right. I think that's a tougher, task for me.
Yeah, I'm fully with you. And if Pickens doesn't catch 5 balls tonight, 5 balls this weekend, the Steelers, the Yinzers in the mud got to be happy with that trade, because it's like, why did you trade for this guy if he's not going to step up and catch you 5 passes? I mean, come on. Favorite DK single entry, high price and low price RB. Now we're digging behind the paywall, Bender.
Yeah, we are. All right. Main slate. Let's see who I've got in the watch list here. I mean,
you pull up the watch list. I'll hit Rod's trade question. Another trade. I'd give Mahomes and get Goff and Walker. How big of a difference Goff versus Mahomes? I mean, if it's not super flex, then I'm taking the running back. If it's super flex, it's closer, but I'm just taking the running back, man. I'm taking the Goff and Walker side.
Goff and Walker side.
Get the running back.
Yeah.
All right, back to Jeffries. What's the watch list got? Anything nice and spicy?
I mean, spicy. I don't think there's anything that's really that spicy right now. I would say you're my favorite high-end guy, just based on the matchups, that I've been looking at right now. I think I might be paying up for Kamara this week, going up against Buffalo. Although it's a huge point spread there. It's a huge point spread.
Yeah.
So maybe that isn't the best of plans here.
The thing with
Price.
Buffalo, they've allowed them. I think they've allowed the most receptions to the running back of any team. And if Milano's out, then that's nice. So that could be good.
So I would say Kamara's definitely on the high side. I really like Omari and Hampton going up against the Giants. I think that's a good one. Paying down, I actually really like Trevion Henderson in this one, right? I mean, there's pass catching involved, which is good for DK. Ramondre Stevenson can't stop fumbling the football, and it's a home game here. Could be a nice coming out party for the rookie.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you on that. Impemba said the name Devin Singletary, and it's been ringing in my ears ever since. I don't know if I can go there, but he's like free in DFS.
Behind Scatabo in a game against the Chargers, I'm not so sure. I mean, I know that he's Dayball's guy, right? Dayball loves him.
He loves having him around.
But I think when you're starting Jackson Dart and you actually had to go out of your way yesterday to tell everybody that Jackson Dart is playing every game no matter what, like your job is on the line here. So you need to show everybody that you've got your core. And by that, I mean that your offense features Jackson Dart, Cam Scatabo, Malik Neighbors.
Yep.
Everybody else is irrelevant, especially a guy like Devin Singletary.
Right. They put it all on the line. Daboll, the whole group did. So my guy FFF for reals, dude. Love this guy, man. Ayo. So now I'm debating Ridley versus Texans, Franklin versus Cincinnati, Keon versus New Orleans, Diggs, Barf. Yeah. Dubs or Wicks on waivers. Bring back Rice already. So just one of these plays. Some disappointments there so far. Keon's the upside play, right?
Keon is definitely the upside play. I don't like Alontae Taylor. I don't think they have a good secondary. I think that if there's a time for Josh Allen to have a little bit of fun, right, and chuck it downfield to Keon Coleman, I think this is the one here. I'll tell you what, though. I like the Green Bay receivers this week going up against the Dallas Cowboys. I really do. And I broke this down actually on yesterday's Fantasy Alarm show. Romeo Doubs is actually the ex-receiver in this system.
Mm-hmm.
I know that he hasn't had a boatload of targets and he hasn't had a whole lot of work, for a guy who should be a featured receiver. I get that. But this dude sees targets, and I think that he is a good high floor, move the chains type of guy for this week. If you are looking to swing for the fences a little bit more and you want a little bit more upside, then take a look at Dontavian Wicks. We've seen him. He goes over the middle. He's capable of stretching the field. We've seen Jordan Love look for him inside the end zone. And let's face facts. I mean, it's terrible. I also like Matthew Golden this week too. I like all three of these receivers because they all do three different jobs. Dobbs moves the chains. Intermediary work across the middle is Dontavian Wicks. Deep threat is Matthew Golden. So if you're swinging for the fences, I would use Wicks. I've got him in a couple of spots.
Yeah. The problem is you got to drop somebody. So he would have to drop.
I have no problem. I have no problem dropping Stephon Diggs at this point.
Oh, dude, here's the thing with Diggs. Diggs was always going to start slow coming off the injury, but he's got $8 million in incentives in his contract. Yeah. So we had a diva wide receiver here that has $8 million in incentives. If he doesn't hit any of those incentives, it's basically just a 1 year, $15 million deal. Then he gets released. This dude is definitely going to get ramped up, and he's definitely going to start whining soon. There's no doubt in my mind. So I can't
go ahead and pick his receiver then. I mean, Troy Franklin.
I would just start Keon Coleman.
You'd go with Keon Coleman and leave it at that.
I would just leave it at that. I would do that. I would do that.
Okay. I'm good with that.
I would get those guys in DFS. But yes, I do like the Packers again this week. I don't, for the season long perspective, I think you're close enough that you just keep the upside plays that you got. Those guys all have upside. They're not quite hidden. Full PPR, Benson or Genty? There's a real question all of a sudden.
I'm going with Genty.
Me too. I still have Genty, and I'm maybe the biggest Benson fan there is. But you got to stick with Genty. The behind the scenes numbers are there. He's going to break off a big touchdown at some point. Nice. We got the fish emoji popping in the chat. Oh, Rod Elliott just became a member. Let's go, Rod.
Let's go.
What's happening? Did Rod
Wait,
throw
what
any
was that? What was that other comment there about getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning?
If you wake up at 6 to ask questions, you have issues. Howard's.
I'm not asking the questions, dude. I'm answering the questions.
He's answering. Yeah.
And I'm up earlier than 6.
No, we have people all over the place tuning in and asking us questions. So don't be surprised. I was offered Kyron and Tolbert for Kamara and Bill. Tolbert, Jalen Tolbert from the Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm not interested in that.
No, don't do that. Which 2 RBs and 1 flex would you start? 2 RBs and 1 flex. We love Jordan Mason, so he's in.
Mm-hmm.
Pollard or Chase Brown?
Or Kenneth Walker III or Travis Etienne.
Oh, I didn't see there were more RBs at the end there.
Yeah, he snuck him in there.
You sneaky. I go Kenneth Walker.
Kenneth Walker, Jordan Mason, and let's talk flex. I kind of like Etienne over Pollard.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Pollard he hasn't been efficient. This is Pollard's last week to Pollard has a decent matchup, I was looking, but if Pollard pops this week, he might be a sell high. Just because you're gonna get Tajay Spears back. Need to sit 1. Egbuka, McMillan, Pearsall, Thomas Jr., Sutton.
Well, you need to sit 1. Well, that's a tough group to sit right there.
I might sit McMillan against Christian Gonzalez.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's probably just matchup wise. Do I start Keenan or Trey Benson?
Trey Benson.
Yeah, go Benson. Sutton versus Forbes. Oh, that would be his sit. Oh yeah, Sutton has a better matchup too, but he'll be fine. Word on Justin Fields' concussion. We're looking forward to Camacho Man. Metcalf or Worthy? Worthy's going to be back.
Worthy is going to be back, but I also hear that he might have a limited snap share, and I also hear that he might be wearing a harness.
Yeah, it would be insane to have Xavier Worthy on the field for any sort of goal line or red zone situation.
Yeah. So Metcalf is the play here.
Because if you're the other team, you're definitely telling everybody, if this dude tries to block you in the run game, you kill him, right? Like a guy like Xavier Worthy, he's out there with like some weird brace on his shoulder, he's basically has his shoulder tied on with some sort of thing. So yeah, he's probably going to only play pass downs. Superflex, what's the likelihood of mini slow playing JJ McCarthy injury return to give Wentz a real shot to keep the gig? I don't know, man. It's definitely a narrative. For the time being, Wentz is probably one of the better options of the backups because he's going to get Jordan Addison back this week. He's got Hawk, he's got Jefferson, high volume pass attack. So, I mean, just hold on to him. Hold on to him.
And I don't even think it's not a question of slow playing it. It's a question of they've already said they're not going to bring him back unless he is at 100%. There's no point. There's no point in like throwing him to the fire. Minnesota's team is fine. Wentz is a viable backup here. There's no sense in like rushing a kid back from a major, even if it's not a major injury, anything that's keeping him out 2 to 4 weeks, that's a problem. So you want to keep him healthy.
Keep him healthy, yeah. So Wentz is definitely an option for multiple weeks, probably. Flex ETN and Juwan Johnson, full PPR, no tight end premium. ETN.
ETN or Juwan? Yeah, ETN for me.
Kenneth Walker, just bench one of these guys. Walker, Judkins, Pickens, Myers, Sutton.
Bench one: Walker, Judkins, Pickens, Jacoby Myers, or Cortland Sutton.
Myers has got the Packers. Is Jalen Johnson?
No, Myers is in Vegas. He's got the Bears. Yeah, and that's kind of a soft spot.
Is Jalen Johnson going to play ever?
I don't know.
He's having surgery, so he's not going to be back until later.
I think I might just sit Judkins here.
Yeah, go that way. Deathwish, what up, dude? DWR. Got some tough calls this week. I play in PPR, 6 point for TDs. Would you start Purdy or Daniel Jones? Say it, Howard.
Daniel Jones. Purdy, you can't. I mean, Purdy's not even a guarantee to come back here. Right. Whether or not he comes back is irrelevant in my eyes.
Daniel Jones rules. Bench one: Pickens, Egbuka, Sutton, London. Wow, good problem to have. Can't bench Egbuka or Pickens.
No. I might just bench London in this one here just because of the issues that they're having.
Until you see it, Until you see it. Yeah. Sharpie Sharps, let's go. Could be pouring up the Charbonnet and DFS tonight. We'll have to see on the show tonight, Sirius XM channel 87, 6 to 8 p.m. We're going to do a full breakdown of this game in the second hour and hit on everything, all the best bets, all the DFS, everything you need. Comprehensive. That's tonight, channel 87. Make sure you're tuned in. Start one wide receiver, one flex. Sutton, Debo, Parasol, Pollard, Godwin.
One wide receiver, one flex.
I'm scared to start Godwin, even as a big Godwin guy, so I'm going to leave him out. Too many
Sutton
good
and
options.
Pearsall for me here.
Yep. And if Pearsall is actually hurt, then Pollard, just based on volume, right?
Yeah, probably.
Starting Njoku in PPR, do I grab Chig, Jonnu, Strange, or Schultz? I wouldn't drop Njoku. If you could find a way to sneak Chig onto the bench, I like the idea of that, but I would not drop Njoku to start any of those players.
There you go.
He's good to go. I have more time during work. Okay. Yeah, I feel you. RB1, that was like my old job. My new job is just work all the time. RB1 is Henry, but what about RB2 and flex between Benson, Jalen Warren, and Tony Pollard? Ooh, what do you think there, man?
I mean, Benson for sure. Tennessee, I mean, he gets good volume there, and it's against Houston, and Houston's got a good pass rush. I don't really think they've got a great run D. I don't want to
bottom 5 in DVOA. Houston is through 3 games.
I don't want to go up against this Minnesota defense, even though the game's in Ireland, and it's going to throw everybody off a little bit. I still don't want to test them.
Start Pollard because it's like, hey, if Pollard doesn't do anything this week, you might never start him again, because Tajay Spears will be back. Super chat, let's skip them up to the top. 0-3, 10-team PPR, AJ Brown, Monty, Jamar Worthy plus Fab. So it's a trade. AJ Brown
and
Monty.
I'm not doing that deal.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that deal. I mean, you're giving a high-end wide receiver for who's got Jalen Hurts versus a high-end wide receiver who's got Jake Browning.
Right. Those guys just came out.
And then you're giving a much better security guy in Montgomery. I know you've already got Gibbs and you don't want to start them both, but there are times where you do start them both, and that definitely works. Worthy coming back.
Right.
Not 100% sure. Mahomes likes to spread it around as well. So I would pass on this deal.
Yeah, fully agree. I'm passing as well. So
you get a better player than Worthy back. And I like Xavier Worthy, but if you can get a more secure player than Xavier Worthy, he's super high upside. But I want security here.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm just gonna scroll through, make sure we hit on the member questions quick. Don't worry, we're gonna continue to hit on the other ones, but members come first. If you want to become a member, hit that join button there. So up next, Rod Elliott is High Hopes is a member as well. Okay, I'm 0-3 in my home league. Do I play Trey over Chase Brown and Swift? Also, I have Jamar Chase in my loser team. So Trey over Chase Brown and Swift. Trey Benson. Yeah.
I mean, I don't like sitting Swift here, but I would take Trey Benson over him this week.
Yep. Do you hold till a good week before trying to trade him? And who would you try to trade for? Chase Brown. Yeah. I mean, he still has so much name value that you might just try and trade him right now, to be honest. People just don't really get what's going on, and they're willing to buy guys like that. So I would try and trade him now. And I would try and trade him for anybody that you can consistently start,
Yeah, you have to get a starter back. You can't,
they have to go
because you're not selling high, right? You're selling low. The value on Chase Brown right now is about as low as it can possibly get right now.
Right. So I would definitely, I would consider selling now and just make sure you get a starter coming back. Would you trade Chase Brown for Cortland Sutton?
Yeah, probably.
See what I mean? So I think that there's a lot of wide receivers out there if that's what you're looking for. Member question: Ridley, Kirk, Sharps, or Diggs? Only one in half PPR too.
Half PPR. I mean, I can't trust Sharps yet. I mean, I have a sneaking suspicion, and I'm going to use him in DFS tonight for a showdown lineup, but I'm not going to fully commit there. I think this comes down to Ridley or Kirk.
It's Ridley. Just go with the volume with Ridley. Sharps, Marks, or Hunt?
Oh, in this case, I think I would go Sharps.
Yeah, because if it's a split, you go with the best situation because Mark's 30 snaps to 33 for Chubb, but the Texans are still bad.
And
Terrible.
Tennessee's got a decent run D. It's not showing up in the numbers yet, but still a decent run D.
Right. Okay, back to the non-member questions. The Smitty. What's up, Smitty? Benson, Henderson, Monty. Benson for sure. Probably still Monty, right?
Go Monty against Cleveland.
Ooh, you're right. That's not a good
I'm
matchup.
thinking the upside here on Henderson.
Go for it. It's in. Now's your chance, man. Now Henderson's chance to run away with the job. It's
If
like,
you're ever going to bench a Detroit running back, going up against Cleveland is probably where you want to do it.
dude, if Travion Henderson fumbles this weekend, I am going to jail. I'm telling you, bro.
I saw that tweet on Sunday.
I'm telling you, bro. I cannot. I was losing my mind. I was like, how is this possible? When Ramondre Stevenson fumbled the second time, even I, a Stevenson fan, I was like, get this guy out of here, man. Just release him, dude. Like, he's losing games. Demario Douglas on the last play of the game caught the pass and went backwards. Like, what is going on? Unbelievable. Start
Being a
2.
Ravens fan and watching Henry do what he did for the last 3 straight weeks.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy. But I mean, at least Henry's, it was like the guy was 5 yards downfield and then turned around and like snuck up and punched it out. Like the last one, like I can forgive that. Ramondre he just kind of dropped it on the goal line carry. He just let go of it. Stupid. Start 2, Ken Walker, Trey Benson, ETN, McMillan. Bad matchup for McMillan.
Yeah, it is a bad matchup for McMillan. I'm not really into that. I think I would just go with Walker and Benson tonight.
My heart says Walker and Benson. My head says Walker and Benson. We got a super chat from Monil Patel. Super chat glasses with these sparkly ones that I can't even see.
I hate Ridley. Oh, I'm sorry you hate Ridley, my friend.
Ridley or Mooney? Ridley, yeah. Ridley can't hold up. Ridley can't squeeze the football, but Mooney's not really doing a whole lot either.
Yeah, Mooney's not doing a lot. He's recovering still from that shoulder issue. Penix looks absolutely atrocious right now. So, yeah, I would probably just go with Ridley and hope that he gets another 7 or 8 targets.
Cam Ward he's making some. I've been going back to watch some of these games. He's been making some very nice throws, maybe throwing it a little too hard, kind of like Caleb Williams. And like, remember Josh Allen as a rookie? He was just like,
oh, yeah,
blastering guys for no reason. And I think once Cam Ward figures out a little bit of touch, I think he's going to be all right. I think he's going to be all right. Here we go. My logic for this is the Bengals are going to air it consistently, whereas the Eagles run the ball most of the time, and Monty is sell high. Okay, so that's from the trade. Yeah, I still don't like it. Could ask for Kincaid and send out Pitts in the Dame trade. You know what, Kincaid, as much as I'm a fan, he's still only running like a 60% route participation. He's kind of living on touchdowns. I think I do have Pitts ahead of Kincaid right now, rest of the season. It's very close, but there you go. Ryder Cup, some sort of fancy.
That's
fancy
golf
thing.
talk.
Ask Jake Perry what that is. PPR, have PPR Kincaid or Juwan?
I mean, I think you just gave the answer on that one, Coop.
Yeah, it's Juwan right now. Dynasty trade, Juwan Johnson for Ollie Gordon. I mean, if you have Pitts and Kincaid, I think I would do that.
Sure.
Juwan Johnson's kind of just a guy. Does starting Dart now stun his growth potential for the future, or is it time? You never know, man. Baseball fans, you know, they worry more about that stuff than I feel like I do when it comes to football.
Well, I think that's an incorrect statement right there. You do have to worry about when you're throwing some kids into the fire right from moment one. I'm a firm believer that a lot of quarterbacks out there need to hold a clipboard for a year.
It would be nice if they could have done that.
Dart starting is not just because he's more talented than Russell Wilson or Jameis Winston. Dart is starting right now because that was Dayball's guy, and Dayball is desperate to hold his job right now. If he doesn't start Jackson Dart right now, then what's he going to do? He goes 0-4 after this week, and then they say, screw it, we just get rid of him. He goes 0-5. He sticks with Russell Wilson. If he sticks to his guns and he stays with the veteran QB instead of throwing Jackson Dart into the fire, he's getting fired. And he's not, and that's just it. He's not even going to make it through the full season based on that. So.
The next guy starts Dart and gets all the credit, right? If that happens. But
the next guy just keeps Dart on the bench and says that he has to do it because he understands. I mean, listen, I think Dart is going to be an interesting kid to watch. He's got the weaponry, right? Slayton and Malik Neighbors are fine downfield. I think he lacks a true tight end. I like Theo Johnson. I don't love Theo Johnson. The offensive line is a mess right now. You lost Andrew Thomas, so that's going to be problematic. And so this is really more about, can Jackson Dart scramble around a little bit better than Russell Wilson did? This is a job-saving move here. This isn't based on talent or whether or not somebody's ready. So just understand that fact.
And to your point, we have seen it backfire completely with Tua. They started Ryan Fitzpatrick, benched him for Tua, and then they had to circle back and bench Tua for Fitzpatrick, and that was definitely bad for his development. Let's jump into rapid fire mode here. James Cook or Barkley this week? So Rich King, Barkley.
I think you see a lot of Ray Davis against New Orleans this week.
Yeah. Another trade. We actually saw a good amount of Ty Johnson last week too. They don't like running James Cook a ton. I lost Connor, only have Bucky. Who would you give up as equal trade for Josh Jacobs between Lamb, Wilson, Rome, McMillan, Xavier? I would just tell him take anyone he wants out of Wilson, Rome, or McMillan or Worthy. Just try and keep Lamb and just say, hey, you know what? Take any one of those guys for Jacobs. I'd be fine with that.
Yep, me too.
Luke McCaffrey a full go? No. Luke McCaffrey only really play.
It was garbage time. It was garbage time.
Yeah. Like McCoy probably out. Need to decide on Benson for my flex. RBs are Genty, Kyron Williams with JCM, Sutton, AJ Brown, Cup, Downs. Yeah, I would start Benson over Cup and Downs if that's the question. Start Sutton and AJ Brown, and then the running backs, Genty and Williams, and then Benson. That's a good lineup. Benson over Chase Brown. That's how we have it. Benson over Scatterbo. That's how we have it. Don't see the join button. It should be right to the left, right to the right of where it says fantasy alarm, right down there. Start Nix or Goff. I do love Goff this week, but
I would probably go with Goff over him. I mean, it's close, but I think I would probably go with Goff over Nix. Nix still needs they're ironing out a few more kinks still there in Denver.
Yeah. Start Baker or stream either Caleb or Fields. Caleb Williams is on the waiver wire. This guy, he's like QB3 on the season.
I would go with Baker Mayfield.
Stick with Baker, but still got to be picked up. Someone in your league should have Caleb. Likes for Laney. Hell yeah. I
she shouldn't be a secret Rams fan, Ani Koopy. She should be a proud Rams
Laney's
fan.
Not a Rams fan. She's a Patriots fan. She loves Tom Brady.
No, she's not.
I just want the next winning plus 1,300. Well, tune in tonight, Rod. Channel 87 on Sirius XM. We're going to grind it all up tonight and hit you with a parlay. So don't worry about it. Start 2. Pickens, Javonte Williams, Benson, Monty, K9, Godwin. No Godwin. Ooh, boy.
Damn, that is that's an interesting one there.
I don't want to start Javonte. If this is my team, I'm starting Benson and Kenneth Walker because that's what I want to do.
Okay. Can't argue against it.
Just subscribe. Where? Let me see. I didn't see it in the thing. We didn't get a notification.
Did he subscribe or did he join the membership? There's a difference there.
Oh yeah, if you became a Fantasy Alarm member, great. This is just for the YouTube where it's
subscribing is great, man. I love it.
That's the best. And the subscribing, you don't even necessarily need the stream. We answer every question in the Discord that you ask. We have full premium channels for any time you want. You go in and answer. So we take care of the Fantasy Alarm members big time. We do this show, this is a 1-hour show. And we have another one tonight, 7 to 8, where it'll be Iggy and John and Pemba. So this is kind of like a separate thing here versus the membership. The members get their questions answered much easier. Hiller Sutton, PPR, 1 point for first downs.
Oh, I mean, it's so tough to sit Tyreek Hill, but he is going to see a lot of Sauce Gardner, so I'm going to go with Sutton here.
Yeah. We'll start one. Kenneth Walker, Benson, Judkins, just one.
I think I would start Benson here out of the group. I love Kenneth Walker, but
Right.
I think with the short week and the workload that he did get on Sunday, if Charbonnet is healthy tonight, I'll say this. I'll tell you what, if Charbonnet is out for tonight, start Kenneth Walker. If Charbonnet is active for tonight, start Trey Benson.
Perfect. Perfectly said. I'm fully in agreement. And just for the record, Judkins, Jerome Ford takes all the pass snaps. Any ideas who I should trade for to tier up the RBs? Have Achane, Brown, Dobbins, Benson, Swift. You have a lot of good running backs. I would just shoot for guys that are in the next tier. So keep Achane, but try and pair up Benson, Dobbins. I would try and trade Chase Brown or Dobbins for somebody a little safer. Like if you can get up into like the Jacobs world or Jonathan Taylor. I mean, I know.
I was gonna say, what's the Jonathan Taylor's depth situation look like? Because I would give any two of these running backs, and I mean any two of these running backs, for Jonathan Taylor in a 2-for-1.
That's what I'm saying.
Not bat an eye.
Try and jump up. Half PPR. Who do I flex? Benson, Kamara, Sutton.
I think Kamara is probably the way to go here.
Yeah, that's where we're going. Swift, Egbuka, London need 2.
Swift and Egbuka for me.
Yeah. I got to see Michael Penix do something worthwhile. Benson, Judkins, Jacoby in the flex. We're starting Benson. I'm starting Benson everywhere I have him. Why did we even roster Benson? Why do we have Benson if we're not going to start him?
If you're not going to take him for a spin tonight, what are you doing?
Why do we have him? Why did we do it? We did it. You did it, man. You did it. You got him. Get him in there. Drake May all day or Caleb Williams. Even I will say Caleb Williams right now is just he's running a lot too. He's doing what it takes to be a QB1 in fantasy.
Yeah.
Just sold Chase Brown and Dalton Schultz for Genty and George Kittle. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Trade of the day right there, dude.
Good job, Sean.
Hell yeah. Trade request question. Offered Neighbors for Josh Jacobs. Is this viable? Yeah, I think based on your roster composition, that's a fair trade.
Yeah. And you've got Hall and McCaffrey as a 1-2 punch there. I love adding Neighbors there.
Yep. Benson, we're going Benson. Pearsall and Woody Marks for BTJ. Yeah.
Yeah, I would do that.
I would buy low there. Let's see. What receivers? CD, Drake, Tech, Golden. Should I stash Ayuk or Coker on the IR? If Ayuk is on waivers, I would actually maybe stash Coker just because you're going to see him first, and then you can just swap him out for Ayuk. Because Coker's going to be back before Ayuk. They say Coker's ready. He just needs to be off the.
He needs to be a better wide receiver.
Okay, stash.
Oh, I'm sorry. What?
I mean, we get a look. Everyone over there.
Stash the trash, baby. Come on.
It could be the one-eyed.
Stash Waller and Coker, and what could possibly go wrong?
We're not talking about Waller today. Hey, Hamburglar becoming a member. Let's go.
Look at that. What's up, Hamburglar?
Yeah, burglar, dude. Need some help. Have James Cook, RB1, Benson, RB2, Henry in the flex or PPR. Also have BTJ on the bench, and Pickens and Sutton as my wide receiver 1-2. Would you make any changes?
You got to put that up there, man. All I saw was a little Hamburglar. All right, Dave Flynn here. I have James Cook, RB1, and Benson, RB2, Henry in the flex. I also have BTJ on the bench. Pickens, nope, no changes.
That's right.
I love it.
Oh, look who's showing up late to the party. The Twitch gang.
Oh, what's up, Twitch?
2 wide receivers, 2 flexes. Wide receivers for me are going to be Egbuka and London.
2 wide receivers, Egbuka and London for you. Then I'm going to go with Dobbins and Hampton for the flexes.
Yep, lock that down. Oh, Scott with the super chat. Let's go, baby. Half PPR. Start Benson or Chase.
That's a tough one, man. That's a tough one.
We should give Scott his money back. That is such a difficult question. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to start Jamar Chase. I've seen Jake Browning be serviceable in the past. I know he's capable of it. We know Jamar Chase is special. If Benson pops tonight, then you should be happy, even if he's on your bench, because Benson is still kind of hypothetical. You gotta start Jamar Chase. So stick with that one, man. Stick with the guy. And if Browning's a nightmare and Benson is awesome tonight, then you're not going to be upset. You say, I got someone I can actually start on my team. So You're in a good spot. It's a good problem to have. I'm just going to make sure we hit on every member question first before we carry on here. Looks like we got them all. So let's just hit this last couple and we're out. Harrison, Cup, Wandale, Troy Franklin. Need 2.
Harrison and Wandale Robinson.
Yeah. Benson, Henderson, or Monty?
Start 2. I'll just go Benson and Henderson here.
Yep, agreed. Wanted to snag Caleb. Okay, so this is the guy that has Caleb on the wire. Nope, you can't drop any of those guys for Caleb, so you're doing the right thing. Last question here. Dave Flynn. Hate to ask this question, but Daniel Jones or Patrick Mahomes boy?
Oh, man. I mean, I hate that. I hate that question there. I'm just going to stay with Mahomes here against Baltimore. I mean, this is a big game. By the time that this game is over, one of these two teams, Baltimore or Kansas City, is going to be 1-3. And that's a crap place to start.
Yeah. I drafted Daniel Jones over Mahomes for our league, but I would start Mahomes just out of safety. And we did miss your question, Greg. So one last question for Greg because we skipped it. Wicks or Tillman?
I'm going with Wicks.
Yeah,
I'm going with Wicks. I'm targeting against Dallas as much as I possibly can. This game is going to be unbelievable, right? Micah Parsons returning to Dallas for Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, you got to do it. All right, let's do it, man. All right, thank you guys so much for popping in, for hanging out. Again, we really appreciate everybody that does the super chats, that joins, that becomes a Fantasy Alarm member. That's what allows us to do what we do. And we also appreciate the people that hit like and hit subscribe and support us that way. You can do that for free, and it really means the world to us. We will be back tonight on SiriusXM, channel 87, 6 to 8 p.m. Where we've got a great guest today, Loftus. We've got multiple different angles for this night game. We're going to look at DFS. We're going to look at betting. We're going to look at all of it. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out. I will be back tomorrow with a guest. One of the nicest guys in all of football, Howard. Jim Coventry tomorrow is going to be the guest.
Love Jim Coventry. Absolutely. Remember, if we didn't get to your question here, like Coop said, he and I are on SiriusXM tonight. John and Pemba and Iggy Gilbert are going to be here from 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern as well. And then just hit us up on socials, right? At Coop A Fiasco, at RotoBuzz Guy. We're answering questions on social all the time. So that's going to do it for us. And we appreciate everything that you guys bring to the table here. And for that, we say,
adios, turd nuggets.